Well, I thought it was going to be quick, but you know what? Doesn't matter. We're here. We're ready to go. Map number 1, Nouns taking on BHOP. Paladin Laz here to take you through that action.
Excited to be here. This is a exciting matchup to see whether Nouns can continue that good form on Ancient after they had a startling victory at the RMR against Liquid of all squads, the number one team in North America. Trying to vie for that kind of a spot is no easy feat, and they're trying to replicate that by maybe making a run for EPL altogether. And it starts with another matchup here against BHOP. BHOP looking to just execute onto the B bomb site. Cross smokes are through. Gonzo's got some aggressive positioning on Cave. And they should get a bomb plant here into this 5v5 retake.
Yeah, so they're going to be able to get this bomb down. This is good. So, I mean, you can see some USPs. They're trying to make some connections. They're trying to, be a little bit smoke criminal. Whispers of the USP coming through the smoke, but no connections. Finally, Drew, though, starts things off. There it is. Now able to get B-Hop. They're hopping on some big kills now. Nouns need to react to this quickly because they're down bodies. And there's no success at all. Look at that. B-Hop is single-handedly just taking this thing convincingly, and it could be a flawless, and it will be indeed. And B-Hop, they started off clean.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the late lurk in mid. That was a pretty smartly done lurk there, just because it would allow for a rotation to come into Cave, and then that's where all sorts of shenanigans could have occurred. So great from that, and then the crossfires were just set up and knocked down by these B-Hop players. So very well done to get on the site and commit to that play. 1-0 start for them, and Nouns immediately actually opt in for the force buy, and I would never put it past them to commit to such an investment. It'll be early Cave control here for BHOP as usual. They were given it to them in the previous. And they're gonna opt in for it again. Gonzo did very well to get 2 on the trot as well.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure here for Cynic. I mean, he does have that skill, right? So, I mean, again, like you said, he's not like the dedicated opper, but I mean, he definitely puts some good numbers with the sniper if he can. But this is a lot of discipline coming in, though, here, even from Nouns. I mean, they're not playing over aggressive, right? I mean, they're kind of pulling back a little bit. B-Hop kind of, again, just kind of slow and steady, waiting for any aggression to come through. I mean, we're down to the minute mark now here, Paladin.
Yeah, and they try to feign a lot of B pressure, but at this point, they're going to reroute themselves to Donut into A, and it's only Marky here. So it should be fine. They can completely bully through the smoke. They'll smoke spawn themselves. They should get a plant here. Yeah, this is very difficult for Marky to get anything done here. So bomb should go down, and honestly, with the kind of investment put in, they should be saving. But regardless, Carson does get one back. It's going to be very difficult to really write anything. They're going to immediately just up flash in. Carson's trying to get ahead of that smoke. Can't get the complete kill onto Penguin. And now it gets even more difficult for Nouns. I don't think there's really any room for them here, and I think they're just opting out of this one and give over the second to BHOP.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a good call for them, right? You could see they were trying to, get some kills, kind of burn that economy a little bit here for BHOP, but instead they're going to, preserve the Deegs and the armor with the scout. I think this is the right call. It's a lot of investment here for the CT side, but I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I mean, we're only 2 rounds in, yeah, but BHOP are doing a great job just, again, putting some control into this. They don't look like they're, there's no nervousness that we've seen yet, but I mean, this gun round is going to be really important. We won't see it this one, of course, but that round number 4, that one could be a juicy one.
Yeah, there's a bit more decisiveness from BHOP. I mean, first the outright just complete execute into the B bomb side. Gonzo fearless to just charge up Cave. And in that following round, they had a very good game plan. It looked like straight from spawn, they would take all this B control and then feign that presence again, that they were trying to repeat things, and then move back to mid to A. So very well handled for them thus far. They start up the proceedings in round 3 very comfortably as well. Penguin getting the opening. And this time, just this 2-2 split doesn't go well for Andrew. Cynic does pull things back, so into the 4v4. Penguin is one shot to that scout. But again, it's back to this B control. They don't have Cave this time around. It is smoked off, so they're going to have to use a little bit of utility if they want to take that. But it looks like just this same set piece that they showed in that round number 1 pistol round, where they would just throw in the cross smokes and charge up through Cave, and that's what they're going to do here. Meanwhile, Nouns are planning on just stacking onto this B bomb site after hearing absolutely no noise in mid or A. So this is going to be a little bit of a brawl here.
Yeah, so you got the Mac 10s though, but oh no, the Penguin! Oh no, the TK! That's not what you want at all. Now Drew goes right into the crosshair of B-Wills, putting the 5-7 to work, but like we said, I was thinking the Mac 10s were going to be able to do something, but not much at all, and there it is. Nouns, I was thinking they needed a gun round to get their first one, but no. No. They're going to make it happen with a round number 3, and now we're sitting at a 2-1.
Such a bummer of a round there from BHOP. I mean, that completely eradicates your cave prong, and that allows for players like B-Wills to completely be trained on the lane side of things. And as soon as a player comes charging in, it's easy pickings for him. Great conversion from Nouns and a great gamble that pays off very, very well for them. Another buy still left in the tank, though, for BHOP, especially with how less of casualties they were able to withhold in rounds 2 and 1. But there are concessions to be made. Gonzo on a Galil and Drew on a Mac 10. But this allows a lot of confidence and pep in the step of these Nouns players. You see CJ trying to go for some aggressive plays. Carson as well. So yeah, really have got to keep their boots about them. Hot flash in, and CJ gets one. But Carson can't necessarily trade. So into this 4v4, and I think Nouns are going to have to retreat here before regressing elsewhere on the map.
Well, this is a side that, I mean, for BHOP, I mean, this is the more favorable for them being on the T side, which does make sense, just kind of given the current state of this map right now. Oh my, okay, B-Wills. Nice little connection of damage, but they do have the, you know, I don't even want to call it the man advantage. It's almost like the slightest man advantage. I mean, the HP here for Drew and Andrew is quite low in comparison to Nouns, and you can even see the BHOP. They're going to switch up their game plan now. They're going to go retreating from this B take. They're going to try to go for the big old A hit. Just leaving the anchor of Markey here by himself. A close donut player, though, of Carson. But a lot's riding here on Markey. And I mean, this is a player we both were talking about a lot here in the pre-show. We'll have to see if he can catch this. Oh, man, the paw flash comes in. He might be gifted the multi-kills. And there it is. It's on a platter with a flash to himself. My, oh, my.
Where I come from, we call those perfect poppers. Markey just absolutely obliterates the A hit. And that's that kind of anchoring prowess we were looking for. On a somewhat of an island there, Carson having to deal with that donut player, but BHOP not complicating things. It's all 4-1 plays where they would have one lurking on one side of the map and they just go in this pack mentality, try to trade their way through. But the obvious counter to that is the other team just kills you. And Markey passes that type of flying color. They're going to test Carson this time. Full Glocks, and Carson knocks them down quite easily. Just Markey on the A site trying to deal with the rest of the attack. And, of course, he has no problem himself. And now Nouns take the lead.
Yeah, now they got the lead. I mean, this is what we talked about, right? I mean, this is where we said, you know, Nouns, they were able to take this map off of Liquid. So it was kind of just a matter before we were thinking, okay, surely they got to be able to, you know, get themselves out of this rut a little bit. But again, those first 2 rounds that we saw from BHOP, they were, you know, pretty cool, calm, and collected. But now Nouns, they're getting themselves back into fighting form here, and they've taken the lead, like you said. They've been looking a lot more convincing since they won that, you know, half buy that came in for round number 3. But it makes me wonder what BHOP want to do, right? I mean, they do have a full purchase here. They still have Gonzo that does have, you know, $4,000, so he can put some weapons on the board here with some utility. We haven't really seen a full aggression yet, though, Paladin.
And this is the problem with losing an eco like that and Nouns kind of converting those rounds following. It's just very hard for the underdog to kind of dig out of that mentality and stay with the play style that you know can work. So aggressive plays like that, it takes some serious guts, and after losing 3 rounds like that, it's really hard to turn things around. So it's going to be tough, but they're going to have to find a way to dig deep. Cynic does make things much more difficult to start off the proceedings, and Carson is completely bullying down lane. All this mid control allows them to take duels alongside B-Wills here, teed up for another frag, but Feral actually trades out Carson. As these smokes fade, it's going to be a little more difficult for Nouns to hold on to mid. Penguin gets another one on a Markey. So hot water here for Nouns to kind of dig themselves out of in this 3v4.
Yeah, and you can already see that BHOP, they're grouping up for the B hit now too. But again, there is 2 CTs that are ready for this. So this is actually a little bit of a misread if you want to call it that. But maybe they're going to feel confident about this. CJ goes for the full swing.
Oh,
CJ, he's able to find 2. And there's just a little bit of a reply here from B-Wills. He does find that 1 kill. So now bringing this to the 1v1. Cynic, full HP, could be coming from the back lines. Lots of time, does have a kit. Farrell's down low, Paladin. I mean, 23 HP. This is not a favorable situation right now for BHOP.
yeah, it really comes down to positioning here for Farrell. Tucks himself in a cubby box. And
This has got to be
Cynic
red.
continues to scale. Cynic does have a smoke off for Cave, but it's really a guessing game at this point. Where does Cynic want to utilize the smoke? Okay, he's just going to drop it straight on the
Oh, he's going to
bomb.
commit to it.
And
No
Farrell
way.
is going to try to swing. And
No
he's going to go
way.
wide.
No
Unlucky.
way!
So unlucky for Farrell. He does get the kill, but, I mean, it's really just a consolation frag at that point. Making the risky play of going all the way to the left side, thinking that Cynic wouldn't stick, but confidence is overflowing in the Nouns camp. They can do no wrong with these 4 rounds in a row, and they're looking good here, lads.
No, they're looking so good, and they're kind of getting back into their form. So this is a tough pill to swallow here for BHOP. I mean, the bomb plant's definitely going to help, right? It adds a lot of funds here, and you're going to get the op ready to go. Now it's going to be the first time we've seen that. Nade does kind of, slow him down a little bit. B-Wills. Oh, man, he's lucky, but he gets out of it. But getting back to a 3-2 setup from Nouns. Kind of having the 1-1. But some good damage coming in exchange here, Paladin. I mean, both these teams are kind of, just doing some good spam damage and utility damage.
Yeah, nothing really to speak of from BHOP. Again, very passive on the lane side. Not necessarily... I mean, they haven't really even contested for Cave, bar that aggressive peek from Andrew. But as soon as he gets flashed off the angle, he decides against it. So they slow things down. They molly Cave now. And Gonzo does have the ability to clear it out. So finally, a little bit of real estate being given over to BHOP. But that actually sets up Cynic very, very well. Great trade from Gonzo. But this bait setup actually allows for B-Real's a little bit of a safe haven. There's no way he's going to get cleared there. And all that map control, lads, it's been quickly ripped away. It's really up to Drew to find an opening here in mid.
Yeah, and they're kind of just stuck on the ramp, right? I mean, they're kind of just waiting things out. They're kind of like hanging around Cat.
They have no util either.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. They got 1 smoke and a flash they can work with here. It's not a lot. So they're just going to creep up. They're going to have to go for the firefight. A little bit of a missed jump here from Penguin. That's the old mouse wheel jump, I think. Accidental. Now the flash comes in, but it is CJ. They'll help him out. He's blind, he's small, good. And there it is. Just a beautiful crossfire, an easy one. And man, they're just full steam ahead. This is 5 in a row we have seen now from Nouns.
Yeah, very, very well done. I mean, again, BHOP, as soon as they lose that man advantage, they kind of get very worried as to what their plan B is. And it doesn't feel like out of spawn, they have a plan B. They can't necessarily mid-round. And that is the kind of difference from Nouns and BHOP. You see how kind of flexible and malleable these CT setups are, where you've got B-Rolls fighting in cave, and then you immediately have him on the B site. And then as soon as actually he takes a duel, CJ is there to help the crossfire. And this time it's Carson, just no respect, flying through that mid-smoke. And now B-Wills chimes in as well. He's got the pre-fires down under lock and key. Penguin does catch him, and Carson as well. So, although he gets some consolation frags, Marky and CJ pulled things back. 6 on the board for Nouns. And again, we've got to see a little bit more dynamic of a play from BHOP and see if they've got that mid-rounding in them to kind of catch Nouns off guard, because otherwise it's going to be much more easily readable for the CT side.
Yeah, and this is where we talked about this before, but I mean, again, it is the confidence, right? I mean, Nouns are just taking mid control. They're just bringing in the gunfights. This is where, you talked about the ego picks before. This is where they're starting to get, really dangerous. This is a team that, anybody in this team on the Nouns camp can definitely pop off, and they all equally can. So we're starting to see it. Look at this now. They're already pushing through cave. Look at all the control they're getting. They've now split BHOP pretty much right in half. And this is a difficult one. The double boost coming in. Marky does get himself out of that, and that's a big kill. Marky might be able to get this timing. Oh my goodness. But he's still able to find a kill and almost takes down Andrew too. No way does that happen.
Great little read there from Marky, but BHOP were a little faster on the trigger. And I think they've sold enough of a fake to Nouns, and Gonzo actually gets a kill onto the B site. So it's just CJ left up in this. It's a 1v2 on the site itself, as I believe Drew is trying to run in from the A site. CJ's trying to triangulate his position, but at this point, it's too far gone, and Drew could honestly be anywhere. So priority for CJ is to just save. Or, I mean, if he can find Drew fast enough here, maybe we're on for the clutch. But until then, it's just going to be Operation Stay Alive here. And yeah, he's made the wrong read and should be able to escape. I say that Drew catches him with his back turned, and BHOP finally snapped the 6 rounds in a row from Nouns and get themselves onto the board at last.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking a big bank here too. I mean, Cynic is going to load up the op. He's ready to go. I mean, we even CJ. I think he was sitting at pretty much 9-10K. So it's like they're laughing right now. The consecutive rounds have been good to them. It's all about what BHOP can do to bring things back. And like I said, this is their stronger side, right? So T side is kind of the name of the game. A little bit for them in terms of their experience. Right back to Nouns going for the mid control, though. Look at how they split this up again. Carson does get pushed back, so he actually does have to retreat this game plan a little bit more. But BHOP are split in half again.
But a great little molly there from BHOP. It allows for a little bit more space in cave if they so choose to, but they decide to opt against it. That leaves them, again, very passive lane pressure, if that, and gives a lot of room for Marky. He isn't smoked off in mid, so he can't go for the lane fight, but he decides to anyway, and the spam from CJ in the site itself gets him a kill. 5v4, and now Marky, he's really feeling the pressure in mid, and he actually just gets absolutely obliterated by Penguin's flash. So mid control given on over, and a potential route in for BHOP into this A site.
Yeah, that's a D molly too. I mean, this is now where Farrell's kind of, scouting things out, thinking somebody might be able to push this, but right back to it though, right? Look at this, BHOP. No sights here for the A hit. They're going to go right back to the B attempt. They have 40 seconds.
Ooh, like
they don't have to commit to
crossfire.
this. But this, yeah, like you said, it's a crossfire. Look at this. I mean, this is B Wills and CJ. They just got a perfect lineup.
So ideally, B Wills will take first contact. CJ can watch for the actual walkout here, and CJ, no respect, just walks into cave, and they actually get the advantageous trade. So even though Drew gets all of this sight, Carson is here to catch the smoke fade, and whether or not Drew can catch this is really the tail of this round.
And there's B Wills. Oh man, that's just a quick shot, and now it's just down to Drew on the 1-on-3. Does find the head of B Wills, so that's a good start, but now needs to do a little bit more. Drew can put up some numbers, but that flash, man, that is just the demise here. Good pickup here from Nouns. They don't let any more than one more gain for BHOP. They're going to put 7 on the board.
That is just so well handled from B Wills and CJ. I mean, they know that the pressure is coming onto the B side. They know they've given over cave control. The only way that they can win that round is if they take away one of the threats, either lane or cave. And they know that it's going to be a very disadvantageous fight if they try to fight lane. So they aggress into cave. They completely catch BHOP unaware. And you can see they've got nades in their hand. They're completely like freaking out at that point, especially with the clock running that low. So as soon as that happens, even if they give over the site, they've got the man advantage. They trade effectively. And again, very well done from Cynic with his flash there. Marky now taking his own liberties, pushing into main. And the bloodshed continues in Nouns' favor.
Yeah, like the fact that we're seeing Marky just do this now too, right? He's playing aggressive, catching them off guard. This is where BHOP, I mean, we're talking about the experience as a group. They played tons of advanced together. But now they're playing the higher leagues. This is the big time now here for ECL, and they're gonna have to learn to handle all sorts of tough situations. And for Nouns, this is just another day in the office so far.
I mean, you don't even necessarily see this level of aggression. Sure, Nouns is a very aggressive roster, but I think to this extent is definitely something BHOP was not ready for. But that's just the nature of this matchup. Being an underdog gives so much confidence to these players. These guys are individually stacked to the nines with skill. And you're going to have to fight fire with fire. Gonzo gets 1 and a second. Free routed to the B bomb site, and BHOP are going to pounce. Is Cynic aware of how aggressive Gonzo is here? Surely CJ spotted things out there, but Marky still goes down. Although Cynic has gotten out of the sight, it's going to be very hard for him to get anything more. I say that, he gets another. Carson into the 1v2. Kit up, but no smoke to get rid of this angle here.
No, and he's made his presence known too. He's making a lot of noise, but I thought he had that lineup against Farrell, but he just moved at the wrong second, just slightly off, so his crosshair was just off. And there we go, BHOP again. They're able to find another round here. I mean, it's kind of going back and forth, 1-1s, you know, on both sides here. But, I mean, it all came down to the fact that Gonzo, like you said, got those 2 openers, and it was just Nouns playing aggressive. They were just trying to do a late round, you know, little pop flash, quick peek, and it just came into Gonzo, you know, stepping up to the plate when needed.
Yeah, and that's the kind of individual level that you need to kind of turn things around and demand a little bit more respect from the CTs. But Nouns are actually going to continue that play right back into lane pressure, and Cynic burns a lot, but I mean, the damage is done. He gets another through the smoke in mid. Gonzo down to 19 HP. Penguin does finally trade things back, but Carson's tucked in a cubby position, should be noted. But there's Marky, swings immediately after, and the crossfire is set. Now into a 2v4 situation. They do get a bomb plant, though.
Yeah, they're going to get this bomb down, which is important, right? I mean, it was only just CJ with a Deeg, so he didn't really have much to brag about. But, I mean, both, you know, all 3 players are going to be coming right now from the ramp side, so this could be dangerous. They might not be able to expect this, too.
AWP for Gonzo.
Yeah, he does have the AWP, and I mean, he does have a little bit of utility, and Molly as well.
Ooh, no kits
Downs
as
to have
well.
a smoke. Yeah, this is time ticking. And there's a nice shot from Farrell, so starting his off, still holding that crossfire, and able to find another, but not that triple. B-Will's going for the fake. Gonzo needs to start moving quickly. That timer's moving, and B-Will's, I think he's going to lose the timing on it. He does, and there's B-Hop picking a second now in a row.
I mean, smartly done. I think the trades were very, very effective, and they found that one opening in the 2v4 with CJ on a Deagle, and I have to say that's probably one of the first overextensions I can very clearly see from CJ, because at that point, if you've got all that mid control and you know that the only pressure that's available is lane, you most likely want to just retreat and give the site and play that 4v2, but instead he gives a free route in, and the retake is not good enough from Nouns. The synergy between the 2 players on BHOP passed with flying colors, and with that comes a very awkward buy here from Nouns. Andrew just goes flying through mid with the MAC-10, and that's one of the only rifles down. CJ also gives away cave control, so another advantageous round here for BHOP to try to convert into 6. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Should be
Well,
fine though.
Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, again, the bomb's going down. I mean, they got the site control. I mean, it's double scouts on a retake. Not something you want, but I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, if somebody overextends this and gives, you know, gets a death on them, this could change things around a little bit. But I can't imagine Nouns are going to commit to this plan. I mean, and they're just waiting to see if they get an easy kill. But BHOP, they are going to hold the fort, or hold the fort down for now.
You know, after 6 rounds in a row, I thought Nouns were going to kind of run away with this half, but they've kind of given away a lot of control to BHOP, and credit to them to kind of fight back from such a deficit. It's really sweet to see the advanced move-up team have this much resilience out the gates. Granted, it is their map pick, but you can kind of see that they're slowly getting warmed into this game. We've seen Farrell trading very well into the site, Gonzo with a couple crisp little entries, and they should be potentially on the cards for another round here with the save coming through for Nouns. Only 1 rifle saved on over from Carson. The double scouts will definitely see if they have their impact later on, but this should be a potential equalizing round from BHOP, funnily enough, and I have to say credit to them for keeping it competitive here.
No, they definitely have. Now just leaving it down to Carson by himself. I mean, this is where we normally saw the double player push down into mid. Carson gets just stunted by that nade. Already half his health is gone. He's still going to press forward, though. Gonzo, though, an easy kill. A little bit of over-aggression coming in now. Losing a rifle. And now these pistols are starting to do a bit of connections. And it is CJ. He's able to find 2 before he finally gets put away. but it's the fact that the 5-7s have made this back to a 3-3.
Problem is, though, is the bomb on Andrew's back had not been dropped. And at this point, this gives free reign for BHOP to just charge into the A site. Marky is miles away with the scout in middle. And by the time this bomb goes down, the smoke will go up. And it's just going to be really difficult for any of these Nouns players to get involved. Thing is, though, I mean, into this 3v3, they have another buy left in the tank. So if they so choose, they can go for this with the armor equipped as well. But it's not going to be easy regardless.
Well, they do have a kit that isn't going to be here for Marky. A flash available from Cynic. Andrew actually gets out taken. So, I mean, that's the scout. There's another one. Oh, my God. Marky's able to find more. So now, what was a good advantage here for BHOP? It is flipped around entirely. That defuse is coming in, and it's going to be done. Nouns have just cleaned up that A retake, not losing a single person on that retake, and have now gained bare minimum the 8th round for this first half.
Marky, what the heck was that, man? I mean, the first one just swinging into that angle is already a difficult one, even if he's one shot. But the second was even more ridiculous. I mean, how are you pulling that off, man? I mean, he's not an opper. We'll kind of tell the viewers at home that this guy is a pure rifler. He's an anchor. He's not supposed to be able to do that with scoped rifles like that. But he makes it look easy, and Nouns get themselves the half-winning round in an unlikely situation in a 3v3 A-site retake. Huge cause for concern for BHOP, so they decided to take a timeout into this last round. And for Nouns, they understand that they've got the opportunity to just rip away a 9th. Concessions will be made for Andrew on that Tech 9 and Fairwell on a Mac 10. Maybe something a little bit more pacier here from the T's, especially with the kind of weaponry that they have. But, I mean, there won't be enough potency for the SMG with Max helmets bought down here. But perhaps the pace could surprise them. And off a spawn, 5 players going into that B side of the map.
Yeah, this is no surprise. I mean, this is where BHOP have really, put their landmark. They're going to try to go right into this. Farrell leading the charge here with a Mac 10. They've been able to clear things out. So now they got themselves in the site. They're going to go right to the bomb plant. So we're down to that 5v5 retake situation. And right now, Nouns are kind of on the backboards. I mean, now they have a lot of utility they can work with. This is where BHOP, it's a tough situation. Do they want to go for the fight or they want to play things back? Farrell getting a little bit more aggressive. This is such a unique and awkward situation here, Paladin.
And there's no really any room for Nouns to get back into this. Look at how many Molotovs are always active. They can play ahead of these smokes, and Drew is just knocking them down. Only Cynic left up in this, and it has just been completely gone from Nouns' grasp. Just flying through lane has made them so uncomfortable. They can't retake from cave. BHOP equalize it as much as they can. 8-7 half, giving over the lead to Nouns. We're going to take a quick short break before we get to see their offensive half and see if they can take and steal away BHOP's map pick. We'll see in a little bit.
I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. These miles away, I'm left here reusing that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
Well, we're back and we're ready to go. It's a 10-7 already, and Nouns, they've been able to just keep this momentum moving around, and we're in the second half. Go out to Paladin and break through, so you can take this thing home.
A little bit of a save here from BHOP. MP9's Galil's AK's being saved on through. But right now, 3 rounds on the trot for Nouns, and one thing you don't want is this team to get rolling in terms of momentum. That's when they can just steamroll you out the server. And Nouns should be able to get the site. They do have rotations in from the CTs, but Bomb is actually still all the way back in lane. So all this spam is a bit odd to see happen when the bomb isn't even down yet. So Cynic will try to make his way back on the site, but the smokes will have faded. Okay, luckily he does actually make it across. And now it's the attempt to get out of dodge from BHOP. I see
That's bomb down too.
Yeah, Pharaoh goes aggressive.
Yeah, it's a good play, especially being down in the numbers. I mean, they have to do something a little bit different, but CJ from the back here, and there we go. I mean, Nouns, they're looking good, man. This was a close half. I mean, there was an 8-7 at one point, and they're not skipping a beat here. I mean, Nouns have really put up an immense amount of effort here to put things in a row, but now we do get to see the guns here from BHOP. We do see Andrew again with the op, but he hasn't had a lot of action here today, Paladin. I mean, it's been a rough one for him.
I mean, he's not had many opportunities to even take those aggressive duels, right? I mean, he's been mollied off cave multiple times, and he's had other players try to make openings for him. So now is the opportunity for him to kind of settle down. This is where hopping does get a little bit easier once he switched halves. But it's going to be Feral continuing his winning ways. Hit up by CJ, but Gonzo's quick on the trigger for a double. Carson lines up with his teammate there. Unlucky, unfortunate event there, but this leaves B-Rolls and Cynic in a 2v4. A little bit of presence in Cave here, at the very least. But beyond that, there's not much to write home about here for the offense.
Yeah, I mean, these are the two players that you would almost kind of want to be alive right now. I mean, these are both players that can definitely put up some big clutches. So the fact that even now B-Wells, I was thinking he was going to make that across, and that would have been a game changer. But now Cynic, he needs to go big. This is a 1v4 situation now. Drew just kind of toying with him. Cynic does get caught. I kind of gives up that kill, though. I thought Andrew was going to peek that a lot earlier, but either way, BHOP do finally pick up their first round this second half. I mean, it was a little costly. Like, Nouns did pick up some good kills, but should be no harm, no foul.
Yeah, a lot of damage done, and Nouns, of course, are going to buy in regardless of how close any of these rounds were, because they know how lax this CT economy is going to be. You look at the funds, it's the FAMAS on Drew and an MP9 on Feral, so decidedly, Nouns are going to try to take mid control quickly. Carson found his way into Cubby. Gonzo is trying to fight, but I don't know if he's gotten enough information to suss out where Carson has made his way up this quickly.
Yeah, good smoke that comes in for Donut, too. So, again, they don't have to worry about that right now, but Gonzo kind of has the target on him right now. The molly. Oh, man, that was a good placement. Fortunately for Gonzo, though, he does have the smoke. Oh, this is some good aggression coming in from Carson. He's just pressing forward.
But it's really about this fade. I mean, it could be a huge kill for Carson. It really opens up the map, but there is a crossfire in place. And just a matter of timing, but Carson's been spotted, and at this point, it just gets so difficult. He gets team-nated as well. Right into Andrew's clutches. Fifth kill for him on the board. And with that presence being given away, it's really only this lane control that they have, but 3-stack here for BHOP, and it gets very difficult for Nouns to get locked into this. A molly smoke and a flash really left up in this with only 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, these pieces of utility are going to be key, right? I mean, the molly's already going to get thrown. The smoke here from Cynic, waiting things out. They are going to try to go for that B hit. We're able to get some good spam damage against Penguin. So, I mean, now it is 5 versus 4, but I mean, some wounded players here from the CT side. B-Wells. Spidey senses tingling a little bit, but CJ! Oh, that's huge. A big spam with the Galil through the smoke, able to find 2, but there's 10 seconds remaining. They have to get this plant committed. Gonzo could try to interrupt this, but he gives up his position, and they just get in the nick of time here. It's a 2-2. The opposite equipped here for BHOP. Andrew hasn't had much success here finding some kills, and there it is. It's even Feral with an MP9 to put this story for the 9th round.
Yeah, really boxing into that 2v2. You'd think after CJ gets that double, they get the bomb planted, but a little bit of delay there, perhaps waiting for somebody to pounce through the smoke. It doesn't come. But Feral does very well to box in those players in that 2v2. It's just a matter of timing at that point. Nouns are a bit too static there, and they get punished for it. So a 9th on the board for BHOP. They climb back into this. It resets the money of Nouns. And another opportunity here for the underdogs to kind of right the ship a little bit, get double digits, start to make Nouns feel uncomfortable.
Well, things are getting close. I mean, this is where BHOP, they were able to do a pretty good job bringing things back in the first half. And this is their pick, right? I mean, this is the map that they tried to figure things out. It's a map they have some good experience on, but I mean, when you talk about the list of experience, I mean, it's just easy to talk about Nouns' experience on this map. Obviously, just so many different tiers of talent, but Nouns, they're going to just pounce on this right away. Go a little bit quieter, but Marky's going to lead this. He does have the Deeg. No connection made from him, but instead it's Drew. Good starting point. They just want this bomb down. They just want to get the money gained here.
They will get it somehow, some way, and Carson actually pounces on the Cave players. They've got a little bit of control in that sense, and a rifle picked up. So actually, CJ gets another here. But here comes Gonzo.
Oh my goodness.
Getting it done. 2 kills for him, and it leaves only Cynic left up in a 1v3. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. And somehow, some way, BHOP get their 10.
Yeah, but I mean, it's costly. I mean, the good thing for BHOP though is they keep that op into the rotation. They don't have to give that up, so Andrew doesn't have to worry too much. But they should be fine. But I mean, it's good from Nouns. I mean, the only Tech Nines and Deegs that were in that one, they get the bomb down and a couple kills. So now they're sitting a little bit more pretty, fully equipped, ready to go. And now we're talking about a 1-round difference. This is where BHOP have, they've been pushed back before, but then they make some big climbs. And like we talked about, this is a good showing so far from this team. This is a team with advanced experience. They're taking on a pretty big, heavy dog here in NA.
Yeah, they're doing it in style. I mean, there's a lot of impact from a lot of these players. Gonzo's doing very well. They get some multi-frags. Farrell has been pretty on point here. And now they're getting a little bit more confidence here, lads. They're going to go aggressive into the B lane, but they go into the clutches of B Wills. CJ is there to trade as well. So they have some favorable man advantage situations. It's only Andrew left up on this B side. He misses the first shot, gets overwhelmed by CJ, and surely the bomb can go down now. And I think this is a save call instantaneously for the BHOP boys. And I think we've got a 12th on the cards here for the T's.
Yeah, definitely. Unless we can see some overextension here coming in from Nouns. I mean, this should be a 12th that's gained, but there's a little bit of time here for BHOP. They could try to, go for an exit, but it's tough, right? I mean, they have some money on a couple players, but it's just going to be too much of a scramble. They are just going to go for the safe route. This is the best situation for them. Unfortunately, not able to pick up that AWP either. But man, what a tough situation for Andrew, though. I mean, he was committed to the cave. But then, like, CJ was just on the site. Even if Andrew gets that kill, I mean, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference, right? I mean, it'd just be 3 players from Nouns alive.
And as soon as you kill that lane pressure, it just makes things impossible for Andrew. I mean, if they do actually net that lane win, then Andrew's position becomes very, very powerful because it just shuts down any kind of trade potential to come from Cave. So the setup is fine, but when your lane prong does go down, it makes things very, very difficult to get anything done, really. So well done to Nouns to pounce on that opportunity as soon as they kind of have that bait and switch setup between CJ and B Wills. So they get their 12th and another buy here for BHOP. They do actually still get the AWP out. They've got money in the tank, but with that comes basically the final buy if BHOP want to stay in this. So a ripe opportunity, a swing round of sorts here for Nouns to potentially shut out the underdogs of BHOP.
Yeah, it's interesting they want to keep this up in the game plan right now, because I feel like it hasn't really been the difference maker. Don't get me wrong, it definitely can be, but we just haven't really seen that yet here from BHOP, and it's been tough situations for them to kind of utilize it. I mean, Nouns have just been taking some good map presence, but Andrew a little bit more on the hot seat for this one. I think he's going to have to find some connections here to put some good investment for this one, but a lot of utility being burned here in Cave, and look at how fast, and Nouns are already pushing up into mid. They're trying to get into house. It's Gonzo that's close up there. He might get caught, and that's Carson does give his feet away, so now he's been exposed. But they have no idea that Cynic's here. I mean, this is him just kind of flushing out Donut. It is just Farrell in this site by himself at the A site.
A lot of room being given over by BHOP. Look at all this control that Cynic's taken, and of course that red room pressure is making Gonzo feel a little bit uncomfortable. And now they've sold so much control over to this B side. They've still held 3 strong. And with all this donut control, they're going to just go for an A split here. Main pressure is going to be a little late, so they have to actually take some time to clear it out. But 25 seconds left on the clock there. They've got to say go at some point. Farrell to kind of be up to bat here.
Yeah, this Molly might not be able to stop them, but good utility coming in. The bomb should get planted, so there won't be an issue about the timing. But now the rotates are here. But look at this. They're clustered. They are all just grouped up here in the CT spawn area. This is not what you want, but they're going to swing for it. Cynic does have a good crossfire. Nice one coming in from CJ. Again, just picking up some massive kills. He's already sitting at 23, maybe to look for another. It's back to the 3-3. Cynic does miss that shot. Penguin, though, takes advantage of this and hang on. Things have flipped around again. It's Carson. He's been giving up his position. The bomb's not planted for him at all. And BHOP, despite being the 5 players in CT spawn, they take full advantage of it. And we're talking a 1-round difference.
Oh, really, really tight there. But you think after CJ gets that initial kill, he's got the round-winning position. But Penguin finds a way to make him uncomfortable and draws attention away. And as soon as CJ decides to move his crosshair, Andrew swings out from CT, gets that trade, leaves Carson in an impossible situation at that point. He can't really bait out the shots, especially with the position that he had. And very well done to BHOP to confirm their 11th. They stay alive for just a little bit longer. Nouns do have another buy in the tank with that bomb plant. But again, we're talking swing rounds on swing rounds here, Laz. I mean, nobody's really out of the woods just yet, and Carson gets an instant kill on the mid player of Gonzo. They're gonna just walk out B lane here. Great trade onto CJ, and B Wills chimes in as well. Very well done. And that timing is just so undoubtful for BHOP. There's no way they're going to be ready for something like that. And they can't even save this time around. Carson takes down Farrell. It's just Andrew. What a round from Nouns there.
Yeah, this has been so impressive. And I mean, again, like I talked about him a bit before, but I mean, even the fact that, CJ only gets 1 kill this round, I mean, the fact that we're seeing him putting up 24, like, this is the thing. Like, this is such an impressive thing for me to see personally, just because he was that player that a lot of people were kind of, always wondering about. But man, I feel like he's starting to really show himself in good form for this team. And well, no good luck here for BHOP. They can't even save that op, and it's going to be picked up here for Cynic.
And that's huge, right? Like, I mean, at this point, you look at the money on BHOP, 1,800 on Drew, 1,400 on Penguin, and the only real money's on Andrew and Farrell. So they're in this really wonky economic situation where they have 2 players on double eco. They've got players with money in the bank. So at this point, I'd kind of just try to even out the money and force into this. But it's kind of a pick your poison scenario where Nouns would be potentially gifted 15. So all in here are the CTs. They're going to actually opt in for that force buy. A4 for Farrell, MP9 for Gonzo, and maybe another rifle, perhaps a FAMAS. Okay, he has an A1S equipped, so utility is still able to be purchased for Andrew. But at this point, round number 25 is pretty much do or die. You'd be potentially giving over 15 if BHOP do fail to convert this round. And for Nouns, they're biting at the bit to convert this one.
Oh, it makes me wonder too if we want to see BHOP, like, again, being a little bit more different in their play, being a little bit more aggressive. This is where they try to be 4. Good smoke comes in, but Cynic, though, gets a good connection. And I mean, bomb's exposed. They get that information, but B-Wells, man, he's just taking heads. And now just leaving down to Gonzo by himself. He's here in cave. He's dug himself a bit of a hole. I don't even think he's going to be able to get out of this one.
Yeah, they're just so privy to that aggression at this point. They've dealt with it once, and I mean, you saw that setup, right? You have Cynic watching before that smoke pops. You've got CJ tucking in, and you've got a player close cubby as well. It just unravels completely. And I like the idea from BHOP, sticking to their guns, sticking to that aggression, and trying to take the fight to Nouns and kind of risk everything there. But, sometimes the risks don't pay off. And it's only Gonzo left up in such a difficult scenario. He gets taken down, and complete eco here for BHOP. And again, as I was saying previously, they're going to have to give over 15 here, Laz.
Yeah, well, unless we see BHOP pull up the impossible with something with just the stock pistols. Not likely, but you never know. There's always a chance.
Yeah, we've seen crazier things in ECL, haven't we?
I think we really have, yeah. Like, I was kind of taking that moment thinking, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot. And now, you know what? They're just going to the blender. They're just going to go through mid. Okay, yeah, well, all right. BHOP. They just get chopped up, spat out, and there we go. 15th gain on map number 1. Nouns just need 1 more to go. And they can take this pick of BHOP. Otherwise, we need to see 4 in a row that's going to be coming in from the BHOP esports to pushing overtime.
And there will be no AWP for Andrew. I mean, he's had a quiet game, and we've seen a little bit of impact to him when he's had the big green in his hands, but this time not the case. Cynic will continue to op. He's actually had quite a bit of impact himself on that TAWP. Surprisingly, on a map like Ancient, it's not easy to make it sing. But just this A main aggression instantaneously into Gonzo's waiting arms. Farrell chimes in for 1 as well. Finally something working out in their favor. Just straight into it. Carson can't get it done, even if Farrell is blind. Andrew runs through from Temple, BHOP stay alive for just another round here. Well done to them.
Yeah, big heroics come in now. I mean, BHOP, like we said, it's definitely possible. I mean, another gun round coming in here. Cynic will equip the op. Man, that's a big investment. $7,100 spent here for Cynic, so that all they need is this one round to take this thing done. Pushing things over to map number 2, which could be Overpass. And a little bit different of a game plan here. Some good aggression coming in from Carson, but he's going to get taken out early.
Wow.
Cynic actually gets even more aggressive with the op. Look at this. He just runs up the ramp.
Oh
Gets
my
2
God.
kills like that. Oh my God, Cynic. This is what Cynic can do. He gets caught, and he's still able to get another one too. Give him another. He's got 3. Give him some more. The bomb's down though, so they do have to retrieve this. Both players of Feral and Gonzo together, holding hands, skipping down here for B ramp, but they are going to split up now. I wonder if we'll see Marky get caught off guard though. He's making a lot of noise.
Oh, he's hopping.
Spot it. Okay, and he spots him. Yeah, his back's turned, and there we go. Gonzo, an impossible mission, but not able to succeed. Nouns take map number 1. We're going to take that break as we get ready for Overpass. But Paladin, what are your thoughts? I mean, I think there's a lot to digest here.
Cynic isn't supposed to do that with the op.